From Melancholy Blues to CoachChesney, the name change happened. Branched into horror variety, focusing mainly on DBD, my guest tonight on the show is one amazing human being and one of the most entertaining people on the platform to me. With her amazing glasses and even more amazing personality, you can't not watch her streams. I'm happy to welcome Coach Chesney to tonight's episode of Twitch Tea Time. So first thing I ask, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. It's been kind of gloomy here with the weather. Yeah.
So can you tell us about how you discovered Twitch? How you decided to become a streamer and a bit about your channel?
Sure. So a friend of mine started streaming. And I thought that I would start streaming too because, we were in the pandemic and we couldn't go out and do anything. Yeah. So I started streaming a little bit of World of Warcraft. But let me tell you, I didn't have alerts set up. I didn't have chat set up. I didn't have anything set up for my channel because I really didn't know how it worked. And then I was wandering around Twitch looking for people to watch, and I realized, well, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. So I figured out, I started off using Streamlabs, and it was pretty user-friendly. And I set up the alerts and everything, and as it went along, everything has evolved. But I started streaming because I wanted to make friends. I didn't think anything would come out of it, to be honest, because I didn't think anybody would want to watch me on Twitch because I felt like I was boring.
Stop. You're not boring. Honestly, you have like that booming personality that really you're fun to watch. The hilarious thing I saw on one of her streams, her playing as Xeno and meowing, that made me honestly I had to go put on my brown pants, honestly.
Yes. I remember that. Oh no.
And you were begging for pets and stuff, and then they pet you. Yeah.
I wanted the survivors to give me head scritches.
Yeah, and they were scared of you at the beginning, but then they got it.
Yes, they did. That made me really happy. I enjoy playing Friendly Killer in Dead by Daylight.
You know what really killed me? The random meow.
Meow.
You're desperately meow.
Yep. I was just running around like meow. They couldn't hear me. I mean,
I know.
But you guys could.
Yeah. So you were Melancholy Blues like a year ago. What inspired you to change to Coach Chesney?
Well, a couple things did. I started looking to figure out how to rebrand myself because the reason that I was Melancholy Blues was I created the Twitch account back in 2013 because like I said earlier, I played World of Warcraft and I used add-ons, and Twitch had purchased Curse, which is where I got the add-ons from. But I didn't start streaming until December of 2020. But Melancholy Blues is the name of an obscure Queen song, and I love Queen. Queen's my favorite band.
Oh.
Yeah, but when you search for Melancholy Blues on YouTube or Google, you don't get me. You get Queen, which makes total sense because it's the name of their song. Yeah. So I needed something to change to that when you searched for it, you could find it pretty easily. Well, in January of not this year, but the year before, I got my personal training certification, and people just called me Coach Chesney. There's another story behind that where, I ended up being a guest coach, but they called me Coach Chesney, and I decided that's what I went with. So you could go to Google or you could go to YouTube and type in Coach Chesney and you'll find me.
That's absolutely amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about how Coach Chesney happened, how you got the certificate?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So back in 2020, I want to say was it 2020? Yeah, it had to be. It had to be. Back in 2020, I got it was at the time, it was an Oculus Quest. And, which they Meta, it's now Meta Quest, but I got that, and I got it because I wanted movement. I was struggling with my weight and exercise, and I wanted movement. So I got it for Beat Saber specifically. But as I was scrolling through the store, I saw something called Supernatural, and I was like, what is this? And I looked at the trailer, and I was like, okay, this looks like it's interesting. And I preferred that over Beat Saber. There were real coaches in the app. There was like popular music. There was all kinds of genres in the app. And I did a Supernatural workout, and I loved it. Like, it took me longer because I wasn't used to the movement, and so I had to take breaks. But I started doing that. And at the end of 2020, I was asked to participate in a customer feedback call. They wanted to talk to somebody who played the app every day, and I played the app every day. And so they brought me on the call, and one of the guys was asking me, how did you find us? And he said, hang on, we've got someone else joining the call. And I didn't think anything of it because they said it was like a group call or whatever.
Yeah.
They brought on the head of fitness from Supernatural. Yes. And she basically told me, the company's been watching me. They were falling in love with me. They watched me do 30 days in the app, 60 days. I broke 10,000 points. And they asked me if they could bring me to LA, so Los Angeles, California, so I could coach my very own Supernatural workout.
Nice.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And I said yes. And I had to keep it under wraps for about 6 months. That was the hardest thing ever to do. And I flew out to LA. I was treated amazingly. I mean, it was
life-changing.
It was unbelievable. It was life-changing. It was unbelievable. So I did that workout. I coached a workout. There was a lot of tears because the music just resonates with me. I grew up dancing, tap dancing and ballet, and I loved music. So you're taking two things together, my dance and my love for music, and you're smashing it together. And so I absolutely loved it. And I thought, well, this is a one-time thing, no big deal. They called me back to come do another one. And after I had done the second workout is when I decided that I wanted to get my certification in personal training. So I took the course, I took the exam, and I am a certified personal trainer.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
So you talk a lot about these classes you have. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. This basically, I don't want to say it's like Beat Saber because it's not. It's definitely different. Supernatural allows more for full body movement. It kind of forces you to do full body movement, just the movements and the swings and whatnot. Where with Beat Saber, you can get away with just flipping your wrist. And so I really loved it. My very first one in the app was called Self-Love Confidence. And everything was handled wonderfully. The songs were amazing. And so what I do is you see me in the warm-up and I'm talking, and then we leave the warm-up and we go to the regular playlist. You don't see me during the playlist, but you hear me because I'm constantly coaching in your ear. I don't want to say constantly. There are moments where I'm quiet, but I am talking about the movements. This is what you want to do. And then at the very end, you see me in the cool down. And so you see me in the warm up, in the cool down, and you don't see me, but you do hear me during the workout. And I have done 60s prom night. I have done mood boosting.
Oh, wow.
Just amazing songs. I have actually learned to enjoy certain genres of music that I never thought I would love. I have fallen in love with EDM dubstep because of Supernatural.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
I have goosebumps.
yeah.
I fucking love this genre. Honestly, I love
Oh,
it. My favorite is
love
like
it.
Deep House when I'm like really angry, for example, or like just I
Mm-hmm.
wanna like just release some tension in my head. I
Mm-hmm.
either put on metal or I put on
Mm-hmm.
dubstep.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It is awesome. And like, so I have 6 workouts in the app that
Mm-hmm.
I have done. And then there's a couple that I'm in from like an anniversary or birthday workout, like Supernatural turning 3 or whatever. So I did that, and yeah, I have had articles in Forbes. I've had an article in People, like
Oh,
people.com,
bless.
and an article in the todayshow.com or today.com. Yeah.
Honestly, you're gonna make me tear up. Like I'm so happy for
Aw,
you. Honestly, like
thank you.
I've met Coach Chesney like a year ago. She wasn't
Mhm.
partnered yet, but
Mhm.
you used to play other stuff like besides DBD. What
Mhm.
made you branch out into DBD specifically?
Well, that's kind of funny. So I consider myself a variety streamer, and I focus on horror genre. And sometimes I do scary games, sometimes I do cozy games. It just depends on how I feel.
Yeah.
But like I played a lot of Phasmophobia. Like when I very first started
Yep.
playing, I
That's
played
how I
things
met
like
you.
Witcher.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. I played things like The Witcher 3. I played Fallout 4. I played a little
Oh
bit of
wow.
Assassin's Creed. But then I was introduced to Phasmophobia, and I loved it. And I noticed that I would get really scared, and it made everybody laugh. And I thought, well, I'm gonna get scared, and my community is gonna laugh. I think
Yeah.
it's a win-win situation.
And
So I played a lot of.
I remember back then Aldi is scaring the heck out of you with redeems and stuff.
He still does.
Oh yeah.
He still does.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I played a lot of Phasmophobia,
Yeah.
and I started to get burnt out a little bit. And I had a sub goal in my channel that if we hit the current sub goal, that I would play Dead by Daylight as killer against my mods who would be survivors. And I thought, well, if we don't hit it, we're good. I hate Dead by Daylight. I will never play it. I will never stream it. Nope, not me.
Same
nope,
here.
not my game. Not my
Same
kind of
here.
game.
Yeah.
And then I thought, I cannot go into this me versus my mods game
Yeah.
without knowing anything about the game. So I loaded everything up. I went in and I started to play, and I was really angry because I started to like the game.
Oh no.
So now I have every single killer, every single survivor in the game. I've bought the RXLs to purchase cosmetics.
Oh,
Yes, I am a tad bit addicted to Dead by Daylight.
who's your favorite killer overall in the game?
I play the Onryo. She's my main.
Onryo, no.
I was really okay. So that was one of the packs that I bought when I first started. I bought the Ghostface pack, the
Interesting.
Onryo pack, and the Chucky pack because I know who Chucky was.
I freaking love Chucky. Have you seen the series, by the way?
I have not, but I heard it's really good.
It is really good, and I'm really dreading that they might cancel it because they
no.
haven't renewed it. It's doing so well that they might not. But it's like the writers strike, that messed with things, so they stopped divided season 3 into 2 parts. So now they're gonna continue part 2 of it in April. I'm like,
Awesome.
why not? Like, just give it to us in like December or
Give
something.
it to us.
That's what she said.
I feel that. I feel that so much. Yeah. So I was addicted to the Ring movie.
Yeah.
Like I loved it. It scared me, and I thought if I could play as the Ring girl, this would be great. And
you know what
her
I
name
call
is
her?
Sadaka.
I call her Pajama Pam.
Pajama Pam. Yeah, because that's who I thought of when I saw that ghost in Phasmophobia. I was like, this looks like the girl from the Ring. And so the one in Dead by Daylight, her name is Sadako. She's from the Japanese version, Ringu. And I thought if I could play as her, that would be amazing because I was like addicted to the Ring.
Yeah.
So I started playing as her, and what's funny is she's listed as hard to play. Like they have easy, moderate and hard and very
Yeah.
hard. Well, she was listed as hard, and I thought, well, I'm never going to get this. But I had a lot of fun learning how to play her, and I love playing her. And yeah, so she's my main. I do play Tiffany from time to time. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do you remember what was the first ever? Like you said, you started with World of Warcraft, but like, what was the first ever game you played that made you feel like, oh, okay, this is gonna be my thing, or this is the thing for me?
It was Phasmophobia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I found, as much as I hated the horror genre, I loved it that it was entertaining for my community to watch me get scared. So I started playing horror, and I kind of fell in love with it.
Nice. So you're a Twitch partner. Tell me,
Yes.
how does it feel, and what did it add to your life when it happened?
I've got goosebumps. It felt really awesome because when I started to stream, I didn't think anything would come of it. And, you know, I started making friends and I started building a community, and I loved it. And one day I noticed that Path to Partner had unlocked, and I never ever thought I would be a Twitch partner. And so I applied. I was denied the first time because I had immediately opened it and I immediately applied. I was like, I'm not letting this go. So I was denied, and that was okay. But they told me, you know, let's wait 3 or 4 weeks. You can apply again. Your channel looks healthy. Let's just see if you can hold the trajectory. And I'm thinking, okay. So even though I was a little bit disappointed, I understood, and I applied 4 weeks later. And then it was the longest 8 business days of my life to hear back from Twitch. But I was streaming live on TikTok when I got the email from Twitch that they had accepted me into the partner program, and I cried on TikTok.
Oh my God, that's wow. Honestly,
Yeah.
well deserved.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
the content you're creating, like the things you do on stream, absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what do you define gaming to be for you?
It can be a couple of things. It can be an escape from reality. It can be a tool to help me, like, come out of a depression. But gaming is just something I've had a passion for since I was little. Like, I got a Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES.
NES.
You know,
Yeah.
my dad got me the Super Nintendo. I had a Game Boy. I loved gaming. It was just something I really, really enjoyed. And I have ADHD, so
Same.
I hyper focus on things.
Yeah. When you said Super Nintendo, I don't know why my mind went to The Simpsons. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's an escape. It does help with my mental health.
Yeah.
But I will say that sometimes the games can get toxic. The multiplayer games can get toxic. And if it gets to be too much, I will back out and I will play something else.
Yep. So what games you'd never see yourself playing?
I never saw myself, like, you mean before I went to horror, or
In general.
like
in general.
in general?
Yeah.
I never saw myself playing horror because the older I got, the worse my anxiety got, and I didn't like to be scared.
Yeah.
But I feel that if I have a community that's watching, I feel like I'm safe. Does that make sense? Like, I have my emotional support community here hanging out in chat. Yeah.
It's like virtually holding your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, it took me forever. I've got 3,700 some hours in Phasmophobia.
Oh,
and it
wow.
took me forever to play it by myself. And I played it on stream by myself. And I was scared half to death, but it was easier. And when I would struggle when I tried to play it by myself, like offline. I can do it now, but like, it was a struggle. I had to build up to that.
Yeah, we all start somewhere. I mean, I'm deemed to be like the resident meat shield in Phasmophobia. And I think Phasmophobia should issue me a reward for how many times I've died in the game. Honestly.
Oh my goodness.
And the level I just prestiged at, like when they started doing the prestige things, is 666.
Nice, nice.
I said
The
I'm not gonna level up. I'm not gonna touch this game. If they once I heard about like this prestige thing, I'm not touching it. It stays on 666.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you haven't played since the Prestige?
Oh, I have.
Okay. So it's on your armband.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I leveled, I wanted it to be like a crazy number, so I ended at level 16,061. So it's like
Oh wow.
16061.
Oh wow. I think you know him, my friend GR Cash.
Yes.
He's 20,000 something, I think.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah. Amazing friend. I'm out for him actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's been a guest on the episode on the podcast in episode 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So how many hours a day or a week do you spend on Twitch in general?
Oh my gosh. Well, sometimes I'm lurking in channels, but I have tabs up all the time for my Midnight Society members and some close friends and whatnot. But I couldn't tell you. Like I'm at my computer a lot of the day, to be honest, because in the background I'm editing videos and creating other content, like game related, but creating other content. So I can get that stuff out there, and I'm branching out on TikTok, I'm branching out on YouTube, and now I've started to branch out on Instagram a little bit. But I'm always at my computer if I'm not working out, and I'm just, taking care of content, and I've got tabs up in the background that I'm just listening to what's going on sometimes.
Yeah. So what's the difference between streaming on Twitch and streaming on TikTok? The deep sigh.
Yeah, TikTok's a little bit more, I don't know how to put it. I feel like it can be more toxic. Don't get me wrong. I've met lovely friends on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I get trolls in my chat. I don't get as many in Twitch. And I get the occasional troll, but I get more trolls on TikTok than anything.
Yeah. Everybody does that at some point. I stopped TikTok because at some point I started uploading my own GTA videos from GTA Online, and then they decided to shadow ban me. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, I got 20 or 20k on one. The next one had 0. The next 5 had 0 actually.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Then I did another account. I tried it again, and the same thing happened. Then I was like, people are doing lyric videos, but I used music that is already on TikTok. And that happened again. I'm like, I'm done. Nope, I'm done.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Go.
I was just going to say that I was banned on TikTok, and I'm only speculating, but I'm assuming somebody didn't like the way I looked, and they reported me for talking about self-harm and
oh my god,
suicide. And I don't talk about that stuff on stream at all.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I was banned, and I appealed it because I didn't talk about it, and they denied the appeal. And I was mad, and they said you're indefinitely banned. And I'm thinking, but I didn't even do this. So I talked to somebody, and they were able to send in a message to TikTok saying, hey, look at this account. We know that she appealed. We want to appeal this again. And so they looked at it and they unbanned me.
Okay, that's good. Did you know who did it, or? I don't know.
No. And I've had people come in and make fun of me and comment on my weight. And then when I used to get really super upset about it. And I would like lash
Yeah.
out at them when they did that, but I don't so much anymore. I will usually, just use some sort of smart comment, and then they will get muted or blocked. But the day that I had a couple trolls in chat that both got blocked, I was reported for playing Dead by Daylight on TikTok. Yeah.
Great.
I wasn't banned, but they said that the game wasn't appropriate for anyone under the age of 18, and I always mark 18 and up. Like, there's a slider at the bottom where you have to click that says audience 18 and up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't think people should even like stream games on TikTok, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because what I'm doing is I'm branching out and I'm meeting people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely different to stream games on TikTok than it is to stream on Twitch.
Yeah. So the final question in this segment, to the new people out there who are just starting streaming or are thinking about it, what's one advice you'd want to give them?
Keep talking. And the reason I say that is if somebody comes into a stream that you're doing and you're quiet, they're going to leave, usually. So you want to keep an eye on your chat, and you want to make sure that you're talking. And by that, I mean, say you're playing Phasmophobia, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go grab the EMF reader, and we're going to see if we can get any EMF activity.
Yeah.
You go in, you hear something, and you take it, and you're like, oh, EMF 3 or EMF 5, and let me mark that down in my book. Go back out to the truck.
Like
You've just got to keep that
descriptive.
Yeah. You've got it. I know that it's super hard to stream to say 0 or 1 viewer or 3 viewers or whatever, but if you keep engaging and you keep talking, it's more likely that they will stay. And the other thing I want to say is don't get discouraged. I know streaming is not linear. You're going to have great days. You're going to have not so great days. Just keep plugging. Keep plugging away.
Yep. The thing I do during my streams is like when I play Assassin's Creed Mirage, for example, I was like, I tend to say ridiculous things when I'm like panicking or something. I'm like, I don't exist. I'm a tumbleweed.
I love that.
Yeah, for example,
because you're hiding.
Yeah, I'm like, when I run away, I'm like, to the fort mobile, woo woo. For example, like that. Or I don't exist. I'm just a fart in the wind to you.
I love that. That is so good.
I really panicked at some point. Like really panicked. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, Kelly Clarkson!
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Because I love Kelly Clarkson so much. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. So
that's
I
awesome.
panicked. So like I say the silliest things. I was playing Supermarket Simulator like before we started recording, and they were like I didn't know what to say, so I looked at that NPC and she's like, isn't that the woman from Forewarned? And then my chat was like, oh my god, it is. I'm like, now we know the lore behind it. She left Egypt, she came to my, she lives now in this city, and she comes to my supermarket.
I love that, because that was one of the things that I noticed. I was like, wait a minute, this lady looks familiar. Wait a minute, this is one of the archaeologists or explorers from Forewarned.
Yeah, there was one also that looks like Katy Perry, and then there's another one that looks like Katy Perry. So I called them Kitty and Casey Perry.
I love it. I love it so much.
Now we are moving into, let's play, hold on, let's switch things up. Just play a fun mini game first.
Okay.
I've added a little fun game to play before we get on with the segments. Don't worry about it. It's kind of like play, it's kind of like sleep with, marry or kill.
Oh no!
But it's called play, delete, uninstall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna name a set of 3 games each time. You'd have to tell me which one you'd play, which one you'd delete from existence, which one you'd play once and uninstall. This also includes the whole franchise.
Okay.
So Apex, Fortnite, and Valorant.
Which one I would play was Fortnite. I do have Fortnite.
Delete
I would
and uninstall. Yeah.
I would probably uninstall Apex and delete Valorant. I know nothing about those two. Other than their shooter games.
Fair enough. Pokemon, Pal World, and Temtem.
Probably uninstall Pokemon. I play Pal World, and I don't know what the third one is, so we'll delete that one.
Cheap version. I agree. Have you streamed Pal World though?
A little bit, yeah.
Interesting. That was really life-changing. I'm still addicted to it though.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. I need to get back into it. I've got too many games.
Valheim, Stardew Valley, Minecraft.
I'm going to delete Minecraft from existence. Valheim, I'd probably play and uninstall. And Stardew Valley, I have over like 200 hours in it, so I will play that.
Are you going to play the new update?
I am. I don't know if I'll do it on stream yet, but I plan on playing the new update.
Okay, so The Sims, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and Palia.
Yeah. Probably play and uninstall The Sims. Delete Palia, but keep Disney Dreamlight Valley. I play that one a lot.
I love it.
I know it's so good.
I have it on the Switch. I take it with me wherever I go. I had like a few breaks today because it's like a morning shift. So I was playing Dreamlight Valley in between breaks.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's where it's gonna get serious.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Phasmophobia, Demonologist, Devour.
Phasmophobia, I'll keep.
Okay.
I would probably delete Demonologist. I hate to say that.
Oh, God.
But I would play and uninstall Devour.
Okay. I would delete Phasmophobia from existence. Oh
my goodness!
I would play Demonologist forever, and I would give Devour a try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, like, you can't see your legs in these games.
Oh my god.
Lethal Company, Dead Space, and Mass Effect.
I would delete Mass Effect from the face of this earth. Immediately. I hate Mass Effect. I'm so sorry to those of you out there who enjoy it. I've tried to play it. It's not my thing.
Is there a reason?
I just got bored. Like, I was struggling and I wasn't finding it fun. So I was like, no.
Okay, fair enough.
What was, you said Dead Space?
Yep, and Lethal Company.
I would play Lethal Company. I would try Dead Space and probably uninstall.
Okay, so Visage, Madison, Five Nights at Freddy's, which sounds like a LGBT adult movie.
Oh, what the heck? Okay. So you said
FNAF, Visage, and Madison.
Okay, I had to type it so I would remember. Madison, I have played, and I cannot wait until it comes out in VR because I'm going to play it in VR. That's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I would delete Visage. I do not like it. I did try to play it one day on stream, and I was struggling, and I just couldn't. I would delete it. FNAF, I would play and then uninstall.
Yeah, but FYI, Visage means face in French.
Mm-hmm.
So some people were like, it's visage, it's visage. I'm like, it's supposed to be visage, which means face in French. Yeah.
It's very scary.
I've seen people play it, yeah. So, Dead Island, Left 4 Dead, Dying Light. 3 games I adore. I love zombie horror. I love it.
Okay. So, Left 4 Dead, Dying Light, and what was the third one?
Dead Island.
Dead Island. I would... let's see. I would probably delete Dead Island. I have played it. Dying Light.
Which are the same development team, by the way.
From Dying Light and Dead Island? Okay. I would probably... This is really weird, okay? This is really weird. I'm just warning you. I would probably play and uninstall Dying Light because I've never touched Left 4 Dead, but I do have it in my thing. So I will say Left 4 Dead I will play.
Same. I want to give Left 4 Dead a try, or like both of them, because I got them now since they're like under $1. So yeah. And they're telling me like play Left 4 Dead 2, it's better. I'm like,
that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Well, is that where Bill is from in DBD? Is he from Left 4 Dead?
I have no idea where things are. And speaking of DVD, Dead by Daylight, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead the game.
I would delete Evil Dead the game. I would play and uninstall Texas Chainsaw, which I have done. And I would play Dead by Daylight all day, every day.
Yes. Oh my god, that hurts me because I would play Evil Dead the game forever. I would try TCM and I would like just delete Dead by Daylight.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Well, I will say I did get Evil Dead the game when it was free on Epic, so I have it. I just never found a group to play with, and I was afraid to play with randos.
I played with a group of friends, and I had the blast of my life playing it.
Really?
It's kind of like, what's it called? Oh my god, I had the word. Prop hunt. But like, when you're a killer, you can also prop hunt.
What?
And it has combat as well, so...
Okay.
It's like you're fighting zombies, no generators, but like it feels like you're playing DBD, but like without generators.
Okay.
So, yeah. Alan Wake, Resident Evil, The Evil Within.
I don't know anything about The Evil Within, so I would play it then uninstall.
Which you should do. I recommend.
Okay.
You're gonna properly give your community laughs there because it's super scary.
Oh my god. Which one was that? Evil Within?
Evil Within 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2. I'm writing it down. And then you said Alan Wake, and what was the other one?
Resident Evil.
I would delete Resident Evil from existence. And to all my friends out there who love Resident Evil, I'm so sorry. I was
love that.
Traumatized because I tried playing the very like Resident Evil 0 and I ended up crying on stream because I struggle with puzzles and it was way too puzzly. And I was like, no, absolutely not. And on top of that, I do not like Leon or anybody else really. Okay, I don't like Leon from DBD, but I do like Wesker. Yeah. And then as far as Alan Wake, I would give it a try.
Oh, Alan Wake 1 sucks, actually.
Does it?
Yeah, because you run into like a place where you like have to fight those bad guys. You think you're done until one random bad guy comes out of nowhere and kills you.
Okay.
People have been complaining about that. So, you said Resident Evil 0 left you puzzled?
Yes, I hate it. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I was waiting for it.
Uh-huh.
So Fall Guys, Party Animals, and It Takes Two.
I would delete It Takes Two from existence. I would uninstall Fall Guys, but I play Party Animals.
Nice. And the last two, Cyberpunk 2077, GTA, and Saints Row.
I would delete GTA. Again, to my GTA friends, I'm so sorry. I would probably play Cyberpunk, and I would give Saints Row a try and probably uninstall.
You should give Saints Row a try.
Should I?
It's like GTA on steroids.
No way. I'm writing this down.
It is a bit more adult than you think, because you could literally have a dildo and kill people with it.
Oh, in Saints Row?
Uh-huh.
Oh my lord.
You're good. You can even be nude. But they censor it, of course. They censor it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I ran in the streets in a jockstrap, for example, and people started looking at my character.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious. Oh my lord. Imagine doing a mission in that and be taken serious.
Oh my god. Is it multiplayer or is it single player?
The new one, the remake, yes.
Okay.
It is hella hilarious.
Oh my god.
You can even, I think there's a banana weapon at some point. It is so freaking funny.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we are going to go into the final segment, which is the mental health segment. In the segment, we'll be talking about mental health and some sensitive subjects, which sorry, English is hard, which
That's okay.
might be triggering or heavy. So to everybody listening, be well aware and feel free to either dip, skip out, or just shut the podcast off, because we've used very, very, very heavy images depicting Sudoku or suicide in past episodes, so be well aware as you listen. Mental health is not an easy subject to talk about.
No.
Today we're going to talk about being a plus-sized woman creating content. The segment is yours. I'm all ears.
Well, so I'm gonna take it back a minute to growing up. I was chubby as a child, and even though I look back at those pictures and I think, oh my goodness, I would love to be that size again, I was still overweight for my age. So I've always had this, and I have a medical condition that makes it harder for me to lose weight. But so I am very much always on guard, and I hate to say that, because everyone's going to tell me, don't worry about what everyone else thinks. That's the first thing I hear from everybody. Don't worry what everyone else thinks. I understand that, and I tell people that too, but it's easier said than done.
Exactly.
Because, when I started streaming on TikTok, I would get a lot of nasty people come in and make a comment about how, I was fat or I was a troll. I look like a troll. I've had people say I look like a monster.
Oh my god.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you.
Oh
It's really disheartening, because
Ew.
I've had it.
I'm a little bit disgusted. Sorry.
No, you're okay.
Comments.
You're okay.
Fuck.
I have been bullied, and I'm using air quotes because there was a difference. I'm 42, so there was a difference in being bullied in the 80s and 90s versus being bullied nowadays. Bullying nowadays is way more heavy than it used to be when I was growing up. But I would get bullied. I would be at recess in school, and people would say, "Oh, there she blows, Free Willy. There's an earthquake. She's walking by." Shit like that. But
sorry, Free Willy. It's funny. The word Free Willy. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I get it. So when I started streaming, I was really worried about what people would think. I was worried about how many trolls I would get, and I got some, but I didn't get a whole lot. But I will say, the more popular I become, the more trolls I get.
Of course.
When my Supernatural story went viral, I even though I had a lot of love and support, I still got a lot of hate from grown ass people saying, what is she training for? A barbecue? The only exercise she does is lifting a fork up to her mouth. Like shit like that. And you can only take so much before it beats you down. I have days where I'm good and I can snap back and make a joke, but then I have days where my brain just can't handle it.
Yeah. Do you know how I combated my the negative people about my weight in 2018? So I used to be a comedian like 10 years ago. So all I did was like just poke fun at the subject. I made fun of myself on stage. I gave people what they came to see. I was like, everybody who wanted to roast me, everybody who hates me, you're all invited. I'm gonna roast myself on stage. And that's how I just became more confident.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, hold on. I was sleeping today and I woke up, but I still feel like a barrel, for example, like that. I'm like, do you know what else is rolling in the deep? Me. For example, I berated myself for the pleasure of others, and that made me feel like some kind of way.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm an audiovisual graduate, and I know how acting can like reflect a lot of things. So
that's good.
Yeah, I use it in a smart way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had somebody the other day on Instagram make a comment and tell me that I could star as the monster in a horror movie. And I responded with a video and I was like, oh my God, that would be freaking amazing. I played a villain back in, about 10 years ago in a play. I would love to play a monster. I'm a voice actress. I also have voiced this, and this. And I thanked the person who was obviously being a troll. I thanked them for commenting on my post and pushing the algorithm out to more people.
Yep.
So that I was having a good day. I was able to come back at that. But, there are days where I can't handle it.
Yeah. So what's the, sorry about that question, but what's the worst thing that you ever had to deal with?
I'm going to be honest. It's not necessarily for me per se, but what it is when I'm trying to build other people up, like these plus size fitness influencers I follow, when I'm trying to build other people up and someone comes in and berates me. Like I told this girl that, and it's totally platonic. I don't even know her, but she made a post about how people don't think she's pretty. And I told her, I said, I think you're beautiful. And then here come all these comments like, coming from you, that don't mean much. And why do you have green hair? And I said, well, I've got pink hair. And he's like, see what happens when you try to say things that aren't real. So that's something that upsets me the most, is when I'm trying to build people up and people are pulling me down and pulling them down as well.
Yeah. So it's like you're being the balloon and they're the rock. Just cut loose and just fly, soar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, we can say did you before I asked, did you manage to help someone out, and how was it if you did?
I'm not bragging, I promise. Yeah. I have helped thousands of people because when I became a guest coach on Supernatural, people were able to relate to me because I was still on my journey and I still had, weight to lose. That they were like, oh my gosh, there's a trainer or a coach that looks like me. If she can do it, I can do it.
And she's a streamer. She's a streamer extraordinaire now.
But I have helped so many people feel better about themselves. And that was my whole purpose, is I
Yeah.
wanted people to feel good about themselves.
Yeah. So speaking about bullying, now I just remembered, ADHD brains. So growing up, I had that bully. It's not about weight, but like he used to call me out for like my sexual orientation, and he was just make fun of my voice. Oh, you sound like a woman. I'm like, yeah. So, and you sound like a dying rat. That's what I told him. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then you know what he did?
What?
Took my head, rubbed it against the wall, tried to just like make me bleed. But then one of the like surveyors in like the one who like keep an eye on the kids came, pulled him by both ears, dragged him on the floor, and just threw him out the school, like onto the street.
Wow.
Because I was almost open. Like my head was almost open.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That was back in 2006, I think. I was like 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And so a few years later, guess what happened?
What?
I catch him on Grindr.
No.
Yep.
No, no,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, hey, you look familiar. Have we met before? He's like, well, my name is XYZ. I'm like, are you XYZ, the one who did this to me at school? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, well, I have 3 words for you. Karma is a bitch. Or 4 words actually. So
Wow.
do you ever think that karma is gonna get those people that hurt you potentially?
Yes. Yes.
I'm a big believer of karma.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So final words before we wrap up, because basically that's all the time, and you're really amazing. Please don't make it stop. Please, I want more, but like that's all the time we have. But final thing, what do you want to say to the people listening that are struggling with their weight nowadays?
If it depends. If they want to get more movement, you've got to find something you love. If you don't enjoy walking, if you don't enjoy lifting weights, you're not going to be able to stick to it. Find something you love and hang on to that.
Yep.
And if it's nutrition wise, I would highly suggest seeing either a registered dietitian or a nutritionist. Now, there's a couple differences here. Nutritionists are not legally allowed, to my knowledge, to give out food plans. I think there might be a state that is different that allows that, but the registered dietitians give out food plans, and they do more for like, they help you plan for like if you have like diseases or something where you need a special diet. Nutritionists can give you the gist on, let's try to go for this much protein, let's go for this many carbs, etc. So I would highly recommend, because you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Yeah.
So let me just put a twist on that thing that I just remembered. So what do you want to say to the people who cannot gain weight and want to gain weight? Like they're very, very underweight.
Well, I'm not an expert. So I would recommend that they reach out to their doctor, they reach out to a dietitian, because sometimes people have underlying conditions. Like I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which makes it harder for me to lose weight. I have insulin resistance. I'm not diabetic, but sometimes there's an underlying condition causing certain things. And so I would highly recommend checking with the doctor and then seeing if the doctor recommends you go to like a nutritionist or a registered dietitian. Yep.
CoachChesney, thank you so much. That's all the time we have.
Thank you.
You were a absolute blast, honestly. Honestly.
Oh, thank you so much. This was good.
Yep. And you were anxious and nervous at the beginning.
I was, yes.
And how do you feel now?
I feel great. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see what Aldi has to say when he listens to it.
Oh my God. He's probably going to make fun of me. Not in a bad way, but
Well,
like,
hold on. If he's listening, well, let's see him. Let's see how he does on the podcast.
oh my gosh. I don't know if he would or not. He might not.
We'll
He's
see.
shy.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take no for an answer.
Oh boy.
Listen. I'm a Leo, so Leos are stubborn.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. I know
I'm half
exactly.
a Virgo. I'm half a Virgo because I'm on the cusp.
Yep.
So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So Aldi, I'm coming for you. I'm coming after you, bestie. You better twerk your way.
Oh my God. Oh goodness.
Oh my God,
Holy
that's
cow.
wild. Thank you
Yes.
again. Thank you again for the time. And
course.
to everybody listening, love yourselves. You're beautiful.
Yes.
Stay strong. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.